Alright, this is SPEAKZ number like maybe 3, something like that. Haven't really released any yet, so I'll have to see which number this ends up actually being. But you know, I'm in PSILOSPACEStudios right now. I was recording some music, but not really in the mood to record anymore. I was painting earlier. I did my first live on YouTube while I was painting earlier. So it's been a pretty cool day. Making history, you know. But I just felt like talking a bit, just clearing my mind, speaking about a few things that I've been thinking about lately. Yeah, so I don't know. Starting off with the topic of video games. I've always been a gamer for as long as I can remember. I think the first video game system, honestly, I can't even remember the first video game system I owned. Maybe PS1 for the one that I owned, but even before that, I had the Genesis. I had Atari, Nintendo. That were other people's that I borrowed. But some of my first gaming memories was probably playing the Sega Genesis that my cousin let me borrow. He had that Sonic game on it. Not sure what Sonic game it was, probably like Sonic 95 or 96, something like that. And I remember playing like some boxing games on the Sega Genesis, and I think a football game. Yeah, there's a lot of sports games besides Sonic. I would mostly play Sonic though. And then when I got my first game system, which was the PlayStation 1, that was when I really started getting deep into games. Even before I got a memory card, I remember playing like Spider-Man, beating the game until you get until it gives you a new skin, and then trying to beat the game again the same day without a memory card. And like leaving the PlayStation on when we went to the store or something just so I wouldn't lose the memory. Crazy shit. And besides Spider-Man, I remember playing Spyro. I remember playing Rayman. Crash Bandicoot. What was another big one for me? PlayStation 1. Mega Man. Definitely Mega Man. I think it was like 8 or something like that. Playing with my little brother. We would play a lot of Mega Man together. It was 2-player. And then when I was in like, I want to say like 3rd grade or something like that, I was introduced to Halo at my friend's house. He had an Xbox, playing the original Halo. And that's what really got me to eventually get my own Xbox, and get into the Halo series. Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3 were the 3 that really mattered, in my opinion. Played a little bit of Call of Duty. I remember the very first Call of Duty game on the original Xbox. I remember, yeah, mostly just Halo, split screen, like 4-player with the neighbors, with my brother, even with my dad at times. And it was basically Xbox 360 with more Halo, more of the same type of games, basically. Until I finally switched over to PlayStation when I got the PS4, and then now I'm on the PS5. But yeah, video games have always meant a lot to me. I think I've always seen the world in a game type of way. Video games really help me figure out what to do in life, like looking at the objectives, the pause menu, character creation, all these different aspects of a video game. I think it definitely applied to the way that I see life. Like when I wake up in the morning, feels like I'm logging in a way. When I get dressed, feels like character creation. What I choose to do feels like my missions. When I think about what I have to do, it feels like the pause menu, you know what I mean? When I look at my maps on my phone, it feels like freaking GTA. So, you know, I feel like I'm living in a video game, although I know this is real, realer at least than the video games I'm used to playing. Because I'm very integrated. I can feel, but at the same time, you know, I am directing this game. I am playing the game of life. And yeah, I've been thinking about writing a guidebook kind of relaying more about that, more about how I see life as a video game, and how that's helped me to do better in life or to get ahead in life. Another game that was huge for me in between like the gaming systems was RuneScape on the PC. Definitely played that with a lot of my friends in elementary school. And I think even the first year of junior high, you know, I was playing a little bit. RuneScape was huge for me though. Chilling out in the wilderness, mining pure essence, turning those essence into runes. Yeah, all that. Wearing the black capes, you know, making a clan, getting people to join me, put the black hoods on, and the wizard staffs, all that, you know. Yeah, so tap in if you're big on RuneScape. I still could log into that shit. You know, it's enjoyable. Cut a few trees down and whatnot. Yeah, art. I'm not sure if I've talked about me when I started art, but I had my first drawing book when I was like 5 years old or less. Not like 2 or 3. I have a drawing book full of monsters that I was drawing at like 2 or 3 scribble monsters. So, you know, before I could even talk, I think I was expressing myself visually through paintings, through art, through crayons. So, you know, the art's always been there. We're still painting, still sketching, doing our thing. This is a little sketch of my next mixtape cover. It's pretty much done for Hills Have Eyes too. Y'all be seeing that soon, probably by Halloween. If my On Everything video gets 1,000 views by Halloween or Hallows Eve, I'll drop Hills Have Eyes too. I've been saying that on Twitter and Instagram, so this is YouTube's heads up. My On Everything Silo Scribble, right now it has like 800 views or so. So yeah, if that hits 1,000 by Halloween, I will drop Hills Have Eyes 2, the EP, which will also have 35 tracks, just like Hills Have Eyes. Making the series so far have 70 tracks, and there will be a third portion of that eventually. So yeah, speaking about Halloween, Hallows Eve, it's October right now, October 8th, 2022. So might as well speak about October. It's actually a full moon right now, so the vibes are high. Energy's there. I was thinking about pulling an all-nighter in the studio. We'll see. I was getting a little bit lazy, but I figured if I talk for a bit, you know, get the vibes back up, maybe end up leading me somewhere else. Got the new Lil B merch on, Minecraft. Talk about mining that pure essence. You feel me? Thank you, Bass God. You know, October though, Hallows Eve. Yeah, Hills Have Eyes 2 should be dropping. You know, we got the harvest moon, the harvest month of harvest, you know, even though it's still hot. I'll probably be carving some pumpkins or whatever, bring back that Samhain tradition. I'm actually reading Frankenstein right now, my first time reading the classic novel. So far it is way further than my expectations. I've seen a few Frankenstein movies, but nothing compared to the book so far. Really enjoying it. The doctor, the scientist, Frankenstein, is actually way cooler of a character than I feel like they portray him in the movies. Maybe he does go a bit crazy, but like his pursuit for knowledge and wisdom, and like the workings of life, it really draws you in. I feel like it's relatable. Maybe every book I read, I feel like I'm the main character, but reading that Frankenstein book, you know, he's a really cool character. Same with the other 2 books I've read recently. I just read Around the World in 80 Days, and the main character in that book was also very smart. He held himself honorably, and seemed like a relatable character. As well as I read The Time Machine by H.G. Wells, and the main character in that as well, the time traveler, he was slick, he was smart, gave me a similar vibe. So yeah, having a lot of reoccurring, or not reoccurring, but like crossing paths of characters relatable characters, a lot of coinciding characters within the stories I've been reading. So that's really cool. You know, it's directing the way that I think and what I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about electricity lately from Frankenstein, like the power of lightning, the energy within lightning, where consciousness actually stems from, you know, or what is consciousness, you know. I was watching some debate on I think it was a Google Talk, where a philosopher from Berkeley, I forget his name, I think the last name might have been Sears or something like that, or Sear, I'll figure it out, but he was talking about the difference between a computer's intelligence and like a dog's intelligence, for example, or an animal that you can clearly tell is conscious, even though a computer is not conscious, no matter how smart it may seem, as far as regurgitating information back at you. He was making a lot of clever points, or good points about the difference between animal consciousness and what we need to actually get to have computer consciousness. He thinks we're not even close. I mean, that interview was like 2015, so I know a lot's happened since then. But yeah, sometimes we confuse the hologram or the imitation of thinking for thinking, and that's not the same thing. You know, like if a self-driving car can drive, doesn't mean it's actually conscious of driving, just because it can see or sense the road, you know, and interpret that information. Yeah, it's definitely a topic that I would love to discuss more. I've always been into the idea of artificial intelligence and the philosophy behind it, the ethics behind it, the laws that are starting to be written about AI or self-driving cars, technology. You know me, I've always been into the tech stuff, the computer stuff, that nerd shit. Yeah, I'm just doodling, you know, kicking back on this October night, full moon. Just reflecting on my next moves. You know, like I said, be on the lookout for Hills Have Eyes 2. You got some new paintings I'm working on, some bigger size ones like this Planet of the Apes painting. Still got a lot of other paintings I'm trying to sell, so check out that Etsy link. Support my paintings. I should have some print soon if you can't afford like a one-of-one painting. I still got some SPEAKZ if anyone's interested. They're super comfy. I got one right here if you want to see. Y'all have seen them before in my like videos and shit, but it's super soft, super comfy. So yeah, SILOSAGE, you know, just tapping in, just saying what up, YouTube. Yeah, peace and love. I'll tap in soon and get some more paintings done. Mix some music. So yeah, I'll catch y'all later. Have a good one.